Memory means the unmanifest field has a memory of the manifest before. This means the constitution of the universe. It had created a universe before, and it has a memory of that before. So before there was creation, after there was unmanifest, and unmanifest before creation, and unmanifest after creation, one after the other, one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. This is one word program of how the constitution of the universe creates the universe, maintains it, evolves it, dissolves it, and this is how, in one word, memory, the constitution of the universe functions. As it was before, as it was before, as it was before. It's from here that the theme comes. As you sow, so shall you reap. All the religious teaching, no matter in what language, no matter to what age it belongs, but it is in terms of spontaneity. It is in terms of spontaneity. As you sow, so shall you reap. As you sow, so shall you reap. Now, what we have described just now is the functioning of the constitution of the universe in one quality of memory. One quality of memory. The sun comes, the moon comes, the stars come, the earth rounds, and men come, and monkeys come, and tigers come, and mosquitoes come, and all the different species. How do they come? They come riding the car of memory, 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 memory. One word defines and discloses to us how the constitution of the universe functions. Automatic. This is spontaneous, automatic administration. And this spontaneous automatic administration automatically takes the point to evolve to infinity, straight, straight, straight. Any human element disturbs it and makes it deviate from the path of evolution of bliss. It deviates. So the constitution of the universe to incorporate in our life, so spontaneous, so simple, so common. Only one has to have the awareness, innocently fully awake. And this innocent awareness, which is the seat of all possibilities, which is the seat of the constitution of the universe, which is the mechanics of infinity functioning. This thing is on the level of simplicity of one's own awareness, which is totally lively in memory. Total liveliness of memory means unmanifest. And unmanifest means only memory. Total liveliness of memory means unmanifest. And unmanifest means only manifestations. That means infinite number of creative intelligence. They are all there functional. That is available. Therefore, even though when we use the word constitution of the universe, seems to be how it will be and all that. But then this how has been solved. And this is the credit goes to the tradition of Vedic masters, tradition of the masters of knowledge, Vedic tradition of masters. Just in one word one syllable in one word, memory, smriti, the huge elaborated books are there, so many books, Puran, so many smritis are there, so many shrutis are there. The whole Vedic literature is there for elaboration, intellectually grasping. There is no end to it. But to live it, so simple, so simple. I would like to say something which should not be misunderstood. What I want to say at this stage, having done this, on the background of what I have said, I want to say that Veda is not a thing to be studied in the books. Puranas are not a thing to be studied in the books. Smritis are not a thing to be studied in the books. They are studied in the experience of the transcendental consciousness. It's much easier to be than to know. So this whole education to know the knowledge from books, to know the knowledge from the libraries. How big library, the waste of human talent. Human talent is divine. To live the constitution of the universe, practice transcendental meditation, and now you can influence the whole world consciousness through a group of 8,000 which has been worked out by the scientists, by the wise men of the scientific age. 8,000 people, good enough to maintain that coherence in the world consciousness. In the same way as one sunshine, one sun enough for the whole solar system. One sun enough for the whole solar system. One group of 8,000 which has been worked out by the scientists, and they have launched a program for everyone. People in the world they have to be told. It's not their fault. Their parents have not told them, their teachers have not told them, their civilization has not told them. So they are not to be blamed. Nobody has to be blamed. But now is the time for an initiative of some money which may remain there as an endowment fund, and from the, what you call it, you can define the endowment fund, Dr. Hagelin, that the money will not be spent Only the interest will engage the people and it will run the government, and this peace government will have the whole world consciousness to be in every generation full of harmony and full of coherence and peace, and the world will be a better world. Our world family, our children will always be on the top of the world. Then that's what we would like to create for our children. This is one word formula to what we always say. One word formula to engage the infinite organizing power of the constitution of the universe to fulfill our desire to be fulfilled. The practice of transcendental meditation, it takes our awareness to that quiet level, which is unmanifest level, where all the memories are fresh. You can pick up this memory or that memory or that memory or that memory. When I have gone so far, I'll take one more minute to say just an example to illustrate what I have said just now. You know, in a tree, big banyan tree, banyan is a big, huge tree. Its seed is a small seed. And if you break the seed, what you find inside is hollowness. Complete hollowness. Take this hollowness to be like the unmanifest which we have described, unmanifest. This hollowness, this unmanifest field has the memory of all the innumerable leaves and branches and fruits and flowers of the whole banyan tree. So the whole banyan tree, in the memory form, is there in the hollowness of the seed. Like that is the quality of memory. And this memory is hollowness, is nothingness, it's transcendental. There is no space-time boundaries, no distinctions. It's all flat nothingness. All flat nothingness inside the hollowness of the seed. Like that is the ancient, like that is the unified field of all the laws of nature. Unified field of all the laws of nature. Self-referral unified field. There is no boundaries, there is no structure, nothing except being. We say being, transcendental being, inside the hollowness of a banyan seed. But that is total memory of the whole big, huge mountain of flowers of the tree. Like that, the tree of creation, the whole tree of creation is there in the unmanifest field, which is unified field from this physical scientific language, and which is Atma, pure subjectivity, Samadhi, self-referral, transcendental, unity consciousness, Brahman consciousness, totality consciousness. To capture that in our awareness through meditation is real and total education. Let the education experts in the world know from here that education through books, book learning, is a waste of time in the sense that you cannot gather total knowledge through reading. Libraries are a waste of gesture as far as the knowledge is concerned. That knowledge is a waste of life. What is use of life is to be in the state of total memory of all possibilities, from where the whole creative process is commencing all the time and all that. It's not enough for me just to say that the present education is no good. I have to provide what is the alternative. The alternative system is what we are sponsoring now, the eightfold faculty of this University of Peace. University of Peace. University of Peace. Books will be a reference kind of thing, reference. But the book reading, I want to repeat 1,000 times, and I want to make it clear. When I say it's a waste of life, it's a waste of life that when you can become a merchant of diamonds, then you are becoming a merchant of to sell the mangoes. You open a selling mango shop, or you have a choice to be on the seat of the diamond merchant. In this sense, selling the mangoes is a waste of life. All these degrees, MA, PhD, systematically organized. All that system is nothing bad. It can only have been like that. But when we know it's possible for the total memory to be awake in our simple awareness, then in comparison to that, present system of education has to be forsaken, has to be discarded. It's a waste of life. It's just a waste of life, that's all. Waste of life. Government systems run by the man-made constitution, waste of human talent, waste of human life, waste of human life. So we don't waste our time in counting the waste. We bring something beautiful, something shining. Peace government is all that is going to govern. And this is a phase transition, this is a phase transition, this is a phase transition. This period will not last very long because we are now in an age of communication where from one place we reach the whole world. In this time, through the proper utilization of the communication system available to us, we will see that very soon everyone will be awarded with this, with his own birthright to enjoy. And all these existing themes, this and this and this, waste of life, waste of life.
There's a question from Maharshi about the constitution of the universe. Maharshi explained last week that the constitution of the universe can be used to solve all problems. But Maharshi also said that understanding the constitution of the universe is probably far beyond the ability of today's leaders. My question is, how will leaders use this knowledge if they cannot understand it?
Just because they are leaders, they have the desire to help their people whom they understand they are less educated, they can't think so much, and he is a leader, he can think for them. Just because of his own desire, he will be able to whisper to them this knowledge of the constitution of the universe. Now, just I give you in one word. It's very interesting, In one word, I would like to mention to you the total field of the program and principle, both things, principle and program, that means science and technology of the constitution of the universe. Listen to that one word. The other day I said one syllable, and that syllable I counted to be A. In that syllable A, I showed from the Vedic perspective, from the angle of the Vedic vision of the constitution of the universe, from where creation begins and unto what the creation evolves. And the goal of creation was found in that word A.
Thank you very much, Maharshi. There are a couple of questions on the deep principles of Maharshi's administration through natural law. First question is called Ruling from Nothingness. During a recent World Peace Parliament, Maharshi described the constitution of the universe as the unmanifest field of nothingness that is beyond the boundaries of space and time. And yet, he said, it rules the infinite, ever-expanding, manifest universe. What is the link that allows a field that is beyond space and time to govern a world that is bound by space and time? What is the bridge between the unmanifest ruler and the manifest rule? I think the same question on a practical level. Last week, Maharshi described the administrators of his peace governments as, quote, administrators of the universe. Did Maharshi mean that literally? And if so, what does it mean to be an administrator of the universe? And what does such an administrator do?
I think I love your expression. Is it real that the administrator of the universe is a man? The answer is a big yes and 1,000 times big yes, 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 yes. Because there is a point where the cosmic ruler rules itself without ruling. That means he doesn't plunge into action of ruling by nature. By nature, he rules himself, and that is the ruling on which you express your surprise, the rule from the unmanifest, the rule from the silent level, the rule from the silent level. Again, I'll give you the same example, which I am fond of giving. This hollowness of the banyan seed inside is completely hollow. Hollow means you don't see anything is there. You don't see anything is there. What you see? Peace. There is no duality, there is no activity, there is no dynamism, there is nothing. What is there is, if at all there is anything, it is unmanifest. And if you want to give an expression to it, what it is, say unmanifest. This field, unmanifest, nothingness within the seed is what expresses itself in the sprouting and the whole branches and leaves and flowers and fruits. It is this which rules. It is this emptiness of the seed which rules the manifesting process for the leaf, for the flower, for the fruits, and again back to the same seed. So there is the ruling power, and total ruling power is in the unmanifest area of all manifestations. All different manifestations of leaf and green and yellow and red and flower and fruit. All these variety, all these differences have their ruler in a state of unity which is silent. This silence is the administrative power which has been drawn to be the administrative power in the world of man. That is peace government. And it was Dr. Hagelin, a scientist, quantum mechanical scientist, who deals with the quantum mechanical field, unmanifest field, 0-point motion. 0-point motion is that administrative power which is not seen, which is not active, which is silence. And this is the peace government of the whole multiple galactic physical creation. Where is the ruler? In the unmanifest. And when our awareness, through all these programs that we are teaching for the last 50 years, transcendental meditation and all those advanced technique and yogic flying and all that, when through these programs our awareness is stabilized on that nothingness, on that field, which is the total field of administration of the universe, then the individual is virtually, underline the word virtually, then the individual is virtually the administrator of the universe. This is consciousness in the unified field. Vedic word for that is Brahman consciousness, consciousness of totality, total knowledge, ultimate, pure unity. It is on its own level. There is no other to stimulate it. No. There is no other to stimulate it, to make it functional. No. Its own nature is functional. Its own nature is as much silent as it is dynamic. So we say potential dynamism. Potential dynamism in eternal silence. And when individual's awareness is in tune with this, then the individual is virtually the ruler of the universe. Practically, what it means? All that he wants, all that he needs, even without wanting, will be at his disposal. The ruler of the universe is not that creativity which has to come down to any isolated, time-space bound areas in order to achieve anything in time and space. No. It remains where it is. And because it is pervading everything, it is present all over, omnipresent and omniscient and omnipotent. This is the ruler of the universe. What it is? It is this single, simple man's awareness, fully conversant or fully lively on this level of nothingness, as the hollowness of the banyan seed. Just one example. That one example answers all these intricate problems of life. Because on that level, the beauty is that one is the administrator of the universe. That consciousness, that intelligence, one calls it self-referral intelligence. That means intelligence in its own nature. Self-intelligence in its own nature is the administrator of the universe. This administrator of the universe has no objection. It has no objection if that level is inherited by the individual awareness. That means by individual mind, or by individual intellect, or by individual ego, or by individual senses. He doesn't mind. If the individual intelligence is on that level then for sure, absolutely, 1,000 times sure, individual is virtually the ruler of the universe. This is a very good area. Raise some points if there are any more points left out, because this is our field. This is our field. We rejoice in expressing our own possession. Knowledge is a possession which rejoices in flowing in waves. Individual is. In this awakened, fully awakened self-referral consciousness, in this fully awakened unified field, individual is the administrator of the universe. Beautiful question. That there is a level which in itself is the administrator of the universe. Don't doubt it. Experience it, finished. And this is what we want to do. All the conflicts, all negativity, all problems, all ill health, all cries, all suffering simply disappear, because on that level of the rulership of the universe, only purity, divinity is the only existence, or the only intelligence. All these peace palaces are going to be the invincible homes, as a structure, invincible homes for having this level of awareness stabilized through practice. The principle is there, but because people don't know that they have to live in a home that warrants the simplicity of hosting, we would say, of hosting this enormous power and intelligence, which in its most simple state is capable of. Is not capable of. It is naturally administering the universe. All these paths, all these suns and moons and galaxies and this, the huge, enormous, small activity, big activity, cosmic activity, all this is in an automatic manner. It's an automatic manner. By whom is this? This is by that transcendental, self-referral totality of creativity, of total natural law on its own level, a self-sufficient level. And we are going to have the education. Every child born in our world will have this bright sunshine of a perfect life as it grows. It's very beautiful, very beautiful, very beautiful.
Thank you very much, Maharshi. There are a couple of questions on the deep principles of Maharshi's administration through natural law.
The depth of the lake and the ripples and the beautiful reflection of the glacier reminds me of the story of inner life. The mind is deep like a lake. The ripples on the surface represent the conscious mind, the activity of the mind on the surface. And the whole depth of the lake is silent. And that is the subconscious mind, which is not used by the waves. But if the waves could deepen and incorporate more silent levels of the water, the waves could become the waves of the ocean, the mighty waves. This is what happens in transcendental meditation. The surface activity of the conscious mind deepens and incorporates within its fold the depth of the subconscious. And with practice, nothing remains subconscious. The whole subconscious becomes conscious, and a man starts using full potential of the mind. And the reflection of the glacier on the water is like the impression of the objects that the mind perceives. And as long as the mind is not capable of maintaining its essential nature, which is bliss consciousness, so long the mind gets imprinted by the perceptions of the objects, and this is called the bondage of the mind. The mind loses bliss consciousness and gains the joy of the reflections of the world, the joy of the relative order, losing the bliss of the absolute, eternal being. When the mind is not capable of maintaining its essential nature, bliss consciousness, and is overshadowed by the reflections of the object of perception, then only the object remains and the subject as if becomes annihilated. This annihilation of the subjective nature within is a great loss. It's a loss of eternal bliss at the cost of temporary joy. Such a life where the value of the matter dominates is called material life, and the spirit gets annihilated. But when through the practice of transcendental meditation, the mind goes deep within to the source of thought, transcends the thought and gains bliss consciousness, and is capable of maintaining that even when it comes out into the worldly experience of objective nature, then it is called spiritual life. That the spirit is not capable of being overshadowed anymore by the objective experience. And this is spiritual life. This is life in eternal liberation. And without this, life is in bondage. A great loss. As if loss of £1 billion and gain of 1,000,000. Loss of eternal bliss consciousness and gain of a worldly fleeting joy. The vision of the lake brings about a great teaching of spiritual life. Life is bliss. It's pure existence. Just like the flower is, the sap. The different layers of manifestation of pure existence, pure being, absolute consciousness, pure intelligence. This is what life is. And as it expresses itself, it expresses in layers of existence, layers of of energy, layers of intelligence, layers of bliss, happiness. This is life.
I look like you!
It's beautiful
Oh my
nature.
god, my head looks just like your head!
People in their sad and miserable moods, in their stressed and strained life,
I've
usually
become
they come
Guy
out to this beautiful
Gottlieb!
nature.
No!
What is needed is
No!
bliss out of transcendental meditation, the joy, the happy mood. If all the population of the people could practice transcendental meditation, we'll enjoy all this nature to the maximum. We are going to create a society free from suffering and stress and strain. And then really the gift of God on earth, such pretty nature, will be enjoyed by everyone.
Gottlieb. Just FY, do you know the head of the CIA MK Ultra program? His last name was Gottlieb, and he did work at UCLA. So maybe you're related to the head of MK Ultra. Who knows?
Meet Marlin, Marine Application Rust Laser Inhibitor. A revolution in shipbuilding.
We're back with Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. He's coming to us from Vladrop, Holland. What is Yogic flying?
Yogic flying is that level of creative intelligence in the self-referral consciousness that will materialize the intention. Whatever the intention, materialize the intention. And what is this thing? This is the same creative intelligence from natural law that makes huge galactic universe float in the empty space. Every galaxy, huge weight galaxy, they're all flying in empty space. And what is that? It's the creative intelligence at the level of pure intelligence. When pure intelligence in its self-referral unified state assumes the role of fluctuations of waves, like that. So the same law of nature is captured in the transcendental field of one's consciousness, and then with the thought that I should be in the air, the body lifts up.
Are you saying then that man is capable of everything? Man could fly if he had obtained this consciousness?
That has been proved how many times? As many times as people are flying, 4 or 5 million people are flying in their private values. Now we want to have bigger groups. And bigger groups have been found to create that worldwide influence. They influence the whole world consciousness towards positivity, towards harmony, towards higher values of intelligence. That is why we have a proof. We have enough proof in the Vedic literature, and we have enough proof from the modern science that our teaching has that influence which will create a better world, means a positive world, a harmonious world. That is why we want to have a global administration of natural law. Look, we will not disturb the existing administration by man-made laws in any country. We are creating our own government, which is utilizing natural law, which we have from modern science and which we have for effective Vedic science. So we have enough ammunition to win the race.
How do they learn more about this? They could buy the book and the revised update. Is there some place they can contact direct to get more information?
I have hundreds of centers for teaching transcendental meditation everywhere.
Do you believe in a God?
I believe in God, and I believe in the custody of God vested in kings. And I'm very happy to have your name as king. You're the king.
I'm the king.
I want to establish a government in every country that will support life in the country. This drama of 4 years, 5 years, change the government, is only useful to the foreign powers. This thing, democracy, I used to say, damn the democracy, because it's not a stable government. It's only useful for foreign powers. It's a bad thing for any nation to change the... A man comes for 4 years, now he is the president, and then he goes to jail tomorrow, the year there. Such inadequacy in the field of administration must create a very chaotic population in every country, and that is the situation in the world. The whole field of education is very inadequate. It doesn't make the human physiology totally function. The medicine, the field of medicine is very poisonous. It's full of inadequacies and full of those, what you call, all these negative things. The side effects of modern medicine,
Yeah, but
huge. I have in my room the whole height of a floor full of about 8 or 10,000 bad articles on modern medicine. But modern medicine continues. Those who are producing medicines, they are only producing because they get money. Doesn't matter if people die or suffer from many more diseases. And the government support it. Your own government in this, I was hearing, is subject to so much of corruption. All this is because life is not taught to the boys in the younger age. Education is very, very inadequate. The whole drama of science is a big fraud everywhere. Hiroshima was created in the name of science. Peace cannot be created in the name of science. No, Hiroshima can be created. Afghanistan can be created. And now Middle East can be created. This is science. The whole thing is fraud. The whole field is sinful. And those who will get into that, come to that realization. Sin, killing is sin. Whosoever kills, it is sin. And the sinner will go to hell.
we'll take a break and come back with our remaining moments with Maharishi Mahesh Yogi right after these words. This 3 times.
Do you think the press understands you? Do you think the public understands you? Are you sometimes confused with other groups like the Hare Krishna or
That depends upon the press, how the press portrays me in public. I can be associated with any group because I have something of myself in every group. That portion which does good to the people, I am there in that group. With the unified field message, I am absolutely associated with everything.
Could you tell me a little bit about how much your movement's holdings are worth? How much are your holdings worth, and what is it used for?
Holdings.
Your wealth of your
Wealth
institution.
is not so limited as to be held within some small range. Holdings are ranging to infinity. Unified fields holding. Absolutely, all the banks belong to this holding. I can draw any amount from any bank in any part of the world, that is my holding. And I give you the secret of that holding. Banks are there all over the world in order to give money, and by giving they make money. If they give me money, they'll give me through a channel which will give them money. I have the whole program of establishing these, prevention centers. Healthy people want to be healthy, and here is a program for them. Healthy people earn a lot. When they will remain healthy, they'll pay more and more to that institution which will maintain their health without exposing them to illness. And banks are there to give money. So I am not functioning on any restricted or limited level of holding. Otherwise I can't talk of creating heaven on earth. These words are very real, no? When I say creating heaven on earth, they are all testified by scientific research so far. And they are very real, very practical words which have very solid meaning. They mean what it says. When we say heaven, we say yes, a place of no suffering. And it's possible, it's absolutely possible for me to create a civilization without suffering, because the whole approach to that level of life, which is life according to natural law, is completely simple. It's absolutely simple. And it's simple for me, and it's simple for the people, because it just means close the eyes and kingdom of heaven is within you. So says the Bible. Even the Bible says the kingdom of heaven is within you. Scientists have said, yes, unified field is this self-referral state of your own consciousness. So what I am saying is absolutely on a very safe ground, on a very practical ground, and on a very easy level of accomplishment. Absolutely easy level of accomplishment. Money, no problem. Banks are there to earn money. They will also earn money from me, as they earn money from anyone who does any good to the society.
Could you please tell me a little bit about your lifestyle? I understand that you
It's
are...
very simple.
You're a monk, is that true? And
Yes, by nature I am just self-sufficient, Just the characteristic of the unified field. Self-sufficient, self-interacting. By whatever name people call me, monk or sage or seer or what, Maharishi, it doesn't matter what. But that is the lifestyle, self-sufficient, simple, always thinking right, and always thinking good.
do you think the press understands you? Do you think the public understands you? Are you sometimes confused with other groups like the Hare Krishna or
That depends upon the press, how the press portrays me in public. I can be associated with any group because I have something of myself in every group. That portion which does good to the people, I am there in that group. With the unified field message, I am absolutely associated with everything.
Could you tell me a little bit about how much your movement's holdings are worth? How much are your holdings worth, and what is it used for?
holdings.
Your wealth of your
Wealth
institution.
is not so limited as to be held within some small range. Holdings are ranging to infinity. Unified Fields Holding. Absolutely all the banks belong to this holding. I can draw any amount from any bank in any part of the world. That is my holding. And I give you the secret of that holding. Banks are there all over the world in order to give money, and by giving they make money. If they give me money, they'll give me through a channel which will give them money. I have the whole program of establishing these, prevention centers. Healthy people want to be healthy, and here is a program for them. Healthy people earn a lot. When they will remain healthy, they'll pay more and more to that institution which will maintain their health without exposing them to illness. And banks are there to give money. So I am not functioning on any restricted or limited level of holding. Otherwise I can't talk of creating heaven on earth. These words are very real, When I say creating heaven on earth, they are all testified by scientific research so far. And they are very real, very practical words which have very solid meaning. They mean what it says. When we say heaven, we say yes, a place of no suffering. And it's possible, it's absolutely possible for me to create a civilization without suffering, because the whole approach to that level of life, which is life according to natural law, is completely simple. It's absolutely simple. And it's simple for me, and it's simple for the people, because it just means close the eyes and kingdom of heaven is within you. So says the Bible. Even the Bible says the kingdom of heaven is within you. Scientists have said, yes, unified field is this self-referral state of your own consciousness. So what I am saying is absolutely on a very safe ground, on a very practical ground, and on a very easy level of accomplishment. Absolutely easy level of accomplishment. Money, no problem. Banks are there to earn money. They will also earn money from me. And they earn money from anyone.